Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl, illustrated by Quentin Blake. Chapter 1 The Three Farmers. Down in the valley, there were 3 farms. The owner of these farms had done well. They were a rich man. They were also nasty man. All 3 of them were about as nasty and mean as any man you could meet. Their names were Farmer Boggis, Farmer Buns, and Farmer Bean. Boggis was a chicken farmer. He kept thousands of chickens. He was enormously fat. This was because he ate 3 boiled chickens smothered with dumplings every day for breakfast, lunch, and supper. Buns was a duck and goose farmer. He kept thousands of ducks and geese. He was a kind of pot-bellied dwarf. He was so short, his chin would have been underwater in the shallow end of any swimming pool in the world. His food was donuts and goose livers. He mashed the livers into a disgusting paste and then stuffed the paste into the donuts. This diet gave him a tummy ache and a beastly temper. Bean was a turkey and apple farmer. He kept thousands of turkeys in an orchard full of apple trees. He never ate any food at all. Instead, he drank gallons of strong cider which he made from the apples in his orchard. He was as thin as a pencil, and the cleverest of them all. Boggis and Buns and Bean, one fat, one short, one lean. These horrible crooks, so different in looks, were none the less equally mean. This is what the children round about used to sing when they saw them. Chapter 2 Mr. Fox. On a hill above the valley, there was a wood. In the wood, there was a huge tree. Under the tree, there was a hall. In the hall lived Mr. Fox and Mrs. Fox and their 4 small foxes. Every evening, as soon as it got dark, Mr. Fox would say to Mrs. Fox, "Well, my darling, what shall it be this time? A plump chicken from Boggis, a duck or a goose from Buns, or a nice turkey from Bean?" And when Mrs. Fox had told him what she wanted, Mr. Fox would creep down into the valley in the darkness of the night and help himself. Boggis and Buns and Bean knew very well what was going on, and it made them wild with rage. They were not men who liked to give anything away. Less still did they like anything to be stolen from them. So every night each of them would take his shotgun and hide in a dark place somewhere on his own farm, hoping to catch the robber. But Mr. Fox was too clever for them. He always approached a farm with the wind blowing in his face, and this meant that if any man were lurking in the shadows ahead, the wind would carry the smell of that man to Mr. Fox's nose from far away. Thus, if Mr. Boggis was hiding behind his chicken house number 1, Mr. Fox would smell him out from 50 yards off and quickly change direction, heading for chicken house number 4 at the other end of the farm. "Dang and blast the lousy beast!" cried Boggis. "I'd like to rip his guts out," said Buns. "He must be killed," cried Bean. "But how?" said Boggis. "How on earth can we catch that blighter?" Bean picked his nose delicately with a long finger. "I have a plan," he said. "You've never had a decent plan yet," said Buns. "Shut up and listen," said Bean. "Tomorrow night we will all hide just outside the hole where the fox lives. We will wait there until he comes out, then bang! Bang, 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 bang." "Very clever," said Buns. "But first we shall have to find the hole." "My dear Buns, I've already found it," said the crafty Bean. "It's up in the wood on the hill. It's under a huge tree." Okay, well, that's the end of today's story. Did you like my story? Then push the thumbs up sign and the subscribe button, please. Bye. Thank you for listening.